Good afternoon, fellow antinatalists. This afternoon I will be giving a talk on the subject When Evidence is Powerless. Beliefs that give meaning to life can't be dislodged by factual evidence. Okay, please sit comfortably. Are you ready? Here we go. Billions of sentient, self-reflexive manifestations of energy in the world that are in and of the universe believe that sentience confers an advantage over non-sentience, yet I know that there is no credible evidence for this bizarre superstition. On the other hand, there is now overwhelming evidence that humans and other species on the planet have evolved over the last 3.5 billion years, and yet 17% of the British population and 40% of Americans reject evolution. In addition, even after 100,000 or 200,000 years of human evolution, billions of people still hold on to the cherished, culturally manufactured lies that were facilitated by a dumb, blind, unintelligent force that there is such a process as free will, or that the notion of a self is logically coherent with what we know about how the brain functions. Moreover, billions of people think that there are billions more people in the universe who don't currently exist, who would like to become sentient, so that these future imaginary sentient self-reflexive manifestations of energy can fart around in the universe for as long as possible, possibly for eternity, as some Pollyanna dimwits have opined. It seems that for many there is no connection between belief and evidence. All of the blame can be attributed to an evolutionary system that was set in motion approximately 3.5 billion years ago on planet Earth. This dumb and blind system has not generally trained people to think critically about the demerits of experienced sentience. Similarly, most people do not understand that inductive logical reasoning can be applied to sentience itself due to the fact that we are capable of self-reflexive thought and metacognition, in order to establish that sentience itself is pointless and meaningless, and thus we live in and are a part of a meaningless and immoral universe. People who claim to have been benefited by having been brought into existence are interesting examples. The benefits they cite so brazenly and disingenuously as reasons to emerge into the world transpire to be little more than themselves gawping at or otherwise reflecting on their physical environment without once questioning what is the value of its sentience itself. This is truly what sentience should be asking, considering the fact that it is the epiphenomenon of the physical process that is required by definition in order to ask itself what is the point of sentience. Some philosophers have attributed this illogical thinking regarding the way people think about their sentience as merely a tool as base in nature as the anus, intestines and bladder. Some have even postulated that sentient self-reflexive consciousness is as superfluous to mankind's needs of survival and reproduction as the 2 or 3 nipples human males develop in the womb. While no one has actually ever been benefited by having been brought into existence, the irrational and delusional human mind may still actually think that it has, even when they are in the process of experiencing pain and suffering. The very pain and suffering they cite as the experiential flip side of the coin of lived experience that in some perverse and sadomasochistic way manages to imbue their pointless sentience with meaning. Some human beings have even not shown signs of being experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder caused by the gradual coalescence of sentient thoughts, feelings, perceptions, emotions and sensations blossoming into the world. But having said that, 1 million people a year cite their birth as the worst event in their life shortly before they shoot themselves in the head or throw themselves under a train or end up lying in a bathtub as their blood flows out of their mutilated wrists. For a subset of interviewees, evidence or lack thereof plays no role in their rejection of antinatalism. In their minds, an acceptance of the pointlessness of sentience will lead to the abandonment of their religion of indefinite transmogrification of energy from one form into another, producing sentient experiences in future imaginary, conscious, self-reflexive beings. The cost of accepting the pointlessness of sentience may simply be too high for them. I don't want to give you the impression that we should just shrug our shoulders and give up our critical thinking for our species, but we have to realise that there will always be individuals who reject the pointlessness of sentience for reasons that have little to do with logical reasoning. If certain beliefs are bound up with personal meaning making, then an attack on those beliefs threatens what is meaningful for that person. An effort to move them towards more rational based thinking may need to untangle meaning making from such beliefs. Even if our efforts are unsuccessful with these individuals, a deeper appreciation, understanding and sympathy for their beliefs may be essential in communicating better logical thinking. Okay, so I'll try to appreciate and understand their beliefs. Does anybody here want to come into existence? Do you want to come and help work towards a singularity? I can't hear you. Anybody? No?